Hi Collective, welcome to Spirit Guided Oracle. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm here to do another general oracle reading for all signs from Aries all the way to Pisces. And I'm going to be reading the oracle card Mercury Retrograde Reinvention. Beautiful card. And I'm also going to read Dark Moon from the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle deck. Okay? And this one is Maturation, Growing Up, Introspection, Know Thyself. Okay? And I'll read this one first, as I think it's a beautiful story. And then I'll read Mercury Retrograde. This is my third time trying to do this reading. So if it doesn't work out, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might wait a couple of days. So anyhow, I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope I already said that. If I forgot, I'm sorry. And if it's anybody's birthday, happy birthday. I hope things are going good for you, and I hope you have a great birthday. So here's the first page of the story. So it says, this fairy being seems shrouded in deep contemplation, crooked in the cradle of a darkening moon from the northern hemisphere perspective. A dark air of regret swirls about her. This sad being represents the darkening, the time when we self-assess, and like her, grapple with understanding our response to a real test. And grapple is wrestle with understanding our response to a real test. How we respond when we're being tested. It says she feels withdrawn, very young, very childlike, raw and untried. This is no failure of hers. She is facing the sadness that can lie within, asking the difficult questions. On her head curl the horns of the ram, showing she is a fiery being, one who has been brave and headstrong, one who, for a time, has stepped back to unfamiliar territory, that of the questioning of self. She is one of the few of her kind left, and her dilemma is that of feeling isolated and winnowed out, and of being treated unjustly. She faces a quiet kind of extinction, and knows that whatever she chooses to do now will determine her fate. And so she takes this time to ponder and to sit and to understand before acting. She is both masculine and feminine. Her horns indicating many years of being on the earth, as they are mature, thick, and heavily curling. She has survived on little over the years and asked only to keep going. But now it seems she faces a real threat and must take steps to not only survive herself, but to ensure that those like her continue on. From this dark time of the deep contemplation, she will emerge and come out again into the world with strength, determination, and knowledge. She will flourish again, but for now, it is the time of the dark night of the soul, and it is necessary and good, for of it wisdom will be born, and her kind will live wild and free once again. The divinatory meaning of this card says, interestingly, this can be interpreted as a menopausal card for women, or one of seeming bad news, bringing about change as their moon times move to darkening. It is a time for understanding the frailties of the self and understanding the wisdom your years on this earth have taught you, knowing that there's nothing that can be done at this time. Knowing that you need to understand where you are responsible for the current situation, learning and taking ownership of responsibility will create freedom and new opportunities. Move through this and feel renewed, alive, and as though your own personal evolution is finally underway. It will never be too late. The tests and the subsequent wisdom make this life here so worthwhile and will create your beautiful legacy for generations to come. You will rise up from this as the phoenix is reborn from the ashes. Let me read that again. You will rise up from this as the phoenix is reborn from the ashes, just as the moon will wax and grow full once again. Have hope, but do spend time in contemplation. The reverse meaning of this card is, it's not so different to the upright meaning for this card, except that the person being read for may be under the illusion that this testing time is endless, and they may be sliding into depression, mistakenly thinking that the current test is one which will endure forever. It will change. This is not forever, but it is for now. It is best at this time to actively embrace the introversion, sift through memories, explore your past, understand your patterns, and identify the threats to your existence. Happiness and true self flourishing. Alternatively, the person may be refusing any introspection or self-understanding at all, and insisting that action must be taken, going for blame rather than looking within the self. For now, pause, stay still, just for a time, and in that space, the shift will come, and flow and joy will return. Sometimes we just have to sit it out, guys, and just contemplate and figure out, what's going on, what we're doing, what we've done wrong, or maybe not wrong, but just things that happen to us, how we're going to react to them, what steps we're going to take, how we're going to continue on, and just being set aside, apart, sitting it out, contemplating, like the card said, like the story said, or the meaning of the card. And before you know it, things will be okay, and even better. So, let me go ahead and get some tarot right quick, okay? And then I'll read the Mercury retrograde, because I don't just want to read and read and read. I think I bore my subscribers and viewers to death. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say for my viewer. What they want you to know, what would be important for you to know at this moment. I know I listen to tarot just to see what they say, Sometimes I'm just curious, maybe too curious. Not for any particular reason, just to listen. So let's see what your angels, spirit guides, your spirit team that wants you to evolve and grow and be wiser. I was going to say and smarter, but that's the same thing. Wiser and just sure of yourself, just where you have no doubts of how you want to spend your time on this earth. Sometimes we let our emotions get away with us, and we've got to think how we want our lives to be. Do we want it to be full of chaos and misunderstandings, or do we want to live a happy, peaceful life? We've got justice. What a beautiful card to come out. The first card. So there's justice going to be taking place in your life. If you've been mistreated, in any way, or let down, or rejected, or hurt in any way, or maybe somebody or a few people, work, love, life, family, has done you wrong, maybe talked about you, maybe said bad things about you, just know that justice is coming. Divine justice is on its way to all those who tricked you, lied to you, made you trust them, and then betrayed you, let you down in the worst way possible, that was just totally, totally wrong. You know, you wouldn't have done it to your worst enemy, but there's people like that. There's people that are just damaged good. You know, they just can't do good for the life of them. They'd rather do bad and hurt people than to just live a good life. We've got the 4 cups in reverse. So you're not feeling like you've missed an opportunity. You're kind of a little glad that it happened that way. A little glad that that person that betrayed you, that stabbed you in the back, that hurt you, that just deliberately wanted to play mind games with you, deliberately wanted to have you in a state of what's that word? Confusion and beside yourself, and not understanding how people could be the way they are. You don't think you've missed an opportunity anymore. As a matter of fact, you're glad. You're glad that that person went by your side and just is not there no more. Just kept on going. You know, instead of staying to continue to make your life hard and to cheat on you and lie to you and make you feel unwanted. That missed opportunity, you don't feel it as a missed opportunity anymore. I don't know what the book says, but that's how I see it. And neither does the universe. The universe is trying to tell you, look, don't worry about that you didn't want that person, or that that person didn't want you. That you decided that you didn't want somebody to cheat on you and treat you bad and hurt you and make you feel less than. You know your worth. You know how much, you know how valuable you are. You know you're beautiful. You got the Ace of Wands. You're creative. You're beautiful. You've got so many ideas, so many good things that you can do, that you can bring to this world and to people that love you. You don't need somebody who doesn't love you. You need people who love you and are going to treat you right and cherish you and uplift you. I tried to do those other 2 readings a little while ago, and man, it was a disaster. I couldn't read. I couldn't talk. Wow. I was like, no. Then I wasn't going to do a reading, and then I said, no, I'm going to try one more time. So in Jesus' name, I'm trying one more time to see if I can put out a good reading for you guys, and I hope y'all like it. And I really don't want people to resonate with this reading, because I hate that this is happening. I wish it would have been better cards, but the 4 of Cups is upside down. And I don't know what the guidebook's going to say, but right side up, it means that you've missed an opportunity, or that somebody didn't want something that you were offering them. See the way he's looking? I don't want you. You know, I'm over here thinking about someone else, and I'm just going to let you sit there and beg and plead and look like a big dummy trying to offer your cup to me, because I don't want it. I just don't want it. And the girl's just sitting there like, okay. She looks like a muse almost. Something very spiritual, something very beautiful. He's coming and saying, look, here's what I got to offer. The guy's probably the kind of guy who's got many, many options. She doesn't know that though. So, and maybe collective, you didn't know that the person that you were dealing with had many options. They're not going to tell you, hey, I've got 3 or 4 other girlfriends out there, but I want you too, just to hurt you whenever you do find out what I'm doing. So, and if this isn't the case, at least there's justice. There's that beautiful justice that's coming. And maybe you were the one that didn't want that certain individual. Maybe he just wasn't, or she wasn't what you were looking for, It was 15:55 when I said that. There's change coming in your life. Something's coming fast. A change, messages, something in your life is coming, and it's coming fast. A new opportunity. Someone new coming into your life that is going to respect you and love you and value you. And someone is very remorseful, has a lot of remorse, has a lot of regret. Maybe not remorseful, but regret. Because people that do that have lots of options, have lots of other people, and they know they're going to hurt you in the process. I don't think they're remorseful. If not, they wouldn't do it. But then again, life is just life. So let's see what justice has to say. Okay. Let me show this to y'all in case y'all want to. And I hope y'all enjoy the reading. Okay, it says, one of the first troubling lessons the young fool learns is that life isn't always fair, or more precisely, he learns that justice is more complex than he thought. Justice is meted out by any human agency, is imperfect, as meted out by any human agency is imperfect. Karmic or universal justice also plays a role in life and is harder to detect. The fool's experiences teach him that while secular justice, or more likely those who serve her, may be capricious, a higher level of justice operates in the world. This version of justice means that the fool's own actions carry consequences and help create his future. He realizes that he must mind not only what he does, but also why he does it. Intent matters. The divinatory meaning says people are getting what they deserve. Although the situation may not be based on ideal justice, there is some sort of internal justice system at play. Those who behaved admirably will probably be pleased with their results. Those who haven't lived up to their own standards, values, and professed beliefs may not be so pleased. The advice says if you behaved well, according to your own reckoning, stick to your guns and trust that justice will be served. If you haven't, don't try to argue. Accept your lot with as much grace as possible and resolve to make better choices next time. In reverse, it says, ask yourself, am I playing the blame game and wasting energy wailing about something not being fair when fairness isn't the issue? Am I playing a role in denying justice to someone? Wow. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. So, let's see the Four of Cups. Let's see what it's got to say. It says, oh, the NUI or NUE is so thick around here. How do you say that? Oh gosh, hold on a minute. Okay, I said it totally wrong. It's ennui. Oh, the ennui is so thick around here. It seems like you've been bored forever with no end. And it means being bored. You've been bored forever with no end of the tedium in sight. You aren't happy with what you have. You aren't interested in the offerings from charming, ethereal ladies. Apparently nothing will satisfy you. This isn't always bad. Sometimes after a string of bad romantic relationships, family squabbles, or friend drama, taking a time out can be just the thing. The advice is take some time if you need it, but probably you've been out of commission long enough. Open your eyes, look around, and grab some of life's goodness. In the reverse, it would be deep depression, melodramatic discontent, and a lack of gratitude. So there you have it, guys. That's what the book says it means. Lack of gratitude. I know there's a song that says, love the one you're with. So sometimes when you can't be with someone that you want to be with, you just got to love the people that you are with. You've got children, love your children. You got family members, love your family members. Be with them, hang around with them if it's possible. You know, sometimes love life isn't that easy. Just doesn't happen the way we want it to happen. We want to love who we want to love. We want to be with who we want to be with. Anyways, the divinatory meaning of the Ace of Wands is the universe is handing you a gift, an opportunity. There is something you want to express or do or create, and the Ace of Wands is like a big thumbs up signal to go ahead and take that plunge. Take the plunge. Whether it is starting a new career or taking on a community service project or creating a piece of art, the energy of this card will provide the burst of power needed to get it off the ground. And the advice says, just do it. A missed opportunity, delay, and dissatisfaction would be if it was in reversed. A missed opportunity, delay, or dissatisfaction, but it's not. It's the universe handing you a gift. Handing you a gift, guys. So just remember that. If there's something you want to express or create, the Ace of Wands is a big thumbs up telling you to go ahead. That's beautiful. And now the Eight of Wands. It says, all the ducks are in a row and ready to fly. Events have been set in motion and moving quickly to an outcome. Moving quickly to an outcome. The end result should not be a surprise because it is the logical conclusion. Whatever steps have been taken, they will continue on, perhaps faster than anticipated, and achieve the intended effect. Trying to stop things at this point could work, but would cause utter chaos. The advice is you've done all the work, so just step back and let things play out. And in reverse, it would be chaos, confusion, and delays. But right now, all the ducks are in a row, it says, and ready to fly. So whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been wanting, whatever you've been asking the universe for, God for, it's coming, guys, whatever it is. And then here's this poor, miserable soul that probably did something he shouldn't have done to somebody that didn't deserve it, to somebody that hadn't done anything to him. And now that person is, I know it's not my subscribers. I know it isn't. And it isn't my viewers either. So, let's see the Five of Cups. It says, did I show y'all this one? Where was I? I was on the Eight of Wands. I hope I showed it to you guys. I forget so easily. Yeah, I wish we could forget the bad stuff, huh? It would be nice if we could forget the bad stuff and just remember the good stuff. But somehow, we remember the bad stuff and we forget the good stuff. Okay, so the Five of Cups. It says, this card looks like loss, but it is more about the emotional reaction to loss. There is the mourning of what is gone and isolation, the natural desire for privacy with one's grief. Two upright cups show that something still remains, something that can comfort and sustain when the time is right. After you've realized what you've done, when you've hurt somebody, you can look back or you can realize that you still have two cups and move on with that. Some kind of comfort, maybe friends, family members, or somebody else that comes into your life. Just because you've lost one person doesn't mean that there's not going to be others. It says, finally, especially to the person that had lots of options. Well, you have lots of options to go if you don't have the one that you lost, that you couldn't treat right and had to, lie to and deceive. So anyhow, it says, finally, there's a path back to connection, and what we may think as of normal, everyday life. The advice is take the time to process your feelings because that is the only way to return to normal life. But know that even normal life will be different now. In the reverse, this card would be obsessing about the past, self-pity, repressing grief. So I hope nobody's going through that. But if there is, we got to try to not treat people, with disregard of their feelings, Anyways, that was that. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And now I'm going to read Mercury retrograde. It is number 51. Happy birthday to anybody if it's your birthday. I hope you have a great one and that you have many more. Okay, so let's see. Here's this one. If anybody wants to read it on their own. Okay, did I get both pages? Sometimes it's nice to be able to read both of them. Okay, it says Mercury retrograde. No, I'm going to read this little one right here. It says, I think it's like a poem. Mishaps are like knives that either serve us or cut us, as we grasp them by the blade or by the handle. James Russell Lowell. So some things come to serve us and some things come to cut us. Mercury retrograde is regarded as a time when things tend to go wrong. In actuality, it marks a 3.5-week period where any important actions should be postponed. Because things could go wrong. We don't want to do important things because something could go wrong. It says about 3 or 4 times a year, Mercury goes through a motion called retrograde, which means to go back or retreat. But although Mercury, the planet of slippery wit, fluency, and adaptability, this inner planet so close to the sun, appears to be going backwards, it's not. The retrograde movement of a planet is just an illusion because the Earth is orbiting the Sun at a different speed than Mercury and other planets are. Still, from an astrological point of view, planets in retrograde motion cause potent effects on the earth below. No planet goes retrograde as often as Mercury because it is never more than 28 degrees from the sun. And because of this, it has given us the dubious phrase that when something goes awry, many exclaim, Mercury must be retrograde. Mercury isn't a predictable planet going along its normal direct path anyways. So Mercury isn't a predictable planet. But once it goes retrograde, it's akin to it's like trying to drive a car backwards. All things ruled by Mercury suddenly begin to wobble and go off kilter. However, if you're a writer, when Mercury is retrograde, it's the perfect time to revise your writings. Mercury is the counterpart of Hermes, the Greek Olympian god, the sly trickster, who is not only big on pranks but also false moves. He is the god of transitions, roads, and boundaries. The very name Hermes, I think it's Hermes, has to do with speech and implies he is a translator. Mercury as Hermes conveys information. When that information comes to us wrongly because of Mercury's unpredictable retrograde motion, nothing seems to go right. Firstly, when this card comes up in a reading, back up all of your equipment, your computers, cell phone numbers, and address book, and anything to do with technology or mechanics. Electrical appliances purchased at this time may end up needing to be returned. Any sale items will often turn out to be massive duds. Don't make the mistake of purchasing a vehicle at this time either. If you are to have your vehicle repaired, expect making another visit to the shop to have something revised or corrected. My car just broke down on me, guys. I don't know what it is, so I'm afraid to get it fixed. But anyways, how long will this period last? When the Mercury retrograde card comes up, how long will this period last when the Mercury retrograde card comes up? Give the matter 1 week and then ask the same question after that week. You will want to carefully go over any contract you sign and check any email or letter you send. If you are about to leave on a trip, leave early because you must expect unusual delays to occur, and make sure you have clothing for all types of weather because the temperature and conditions are likely to change. Mundane matters aside, retrograde planets are said to be more empathic, and that means that strangely, we are more silently and internally keyed in to their energies. So we become more empathic we have more empathy. This causes unusual and fated meetings and occurrences to happen. You may meet up with someone you haven't seen in years at a most unexpected place. You may have a conversation with someone with whom you only have a superficial relationship with, when suddenly you connect to that person, causing a much deeper rapport. If you're asking about the strengthening of a relationship, this is not a good time to get married. But it is an excellent time to renew your vows. It is not a good time to initiate divorce or end a relationship, though, considering how soon Mercury moves forward again, because if you do, then the relationship will soon move forward again too. If you're feeling hopeless and worried that a relationship is never going to work, the Mercury retrograde card is actually a good one to turn up in a reading. It means there's more than what you know about the situation at the current time, and that the possibility of the relationship getting on its legs and moving ahead is very likely. It is also a fortuitous time to connect with a lover from the past. It is a time to revise, reinvent, and renew. And Mercury retrograde card in brief is glitches, screw-ups, miscommunications, carelessness, cancellations, misunderstanding, unfavorable time for explaining or solving arguments, eruption of quarrels, mechanic failures like the car breaking down, missed flights, faulty computers, difficulties reaching a decision, poor judgment, mistaken purchases, unfavorable time to launch businesses, fixing what is broken, a job accepted, not turning out as you planned, life slowing down, contemplation, changes and unforeseen changes in schedules, revision, and reinvention. Wow, it's a whole lot of stuff. The corresponding tarot card is the Two of Swords. The key ideas is blunders, cancellations, unexpected failures, getting off track. So these are the things that happen when Mercury is in retrograde. Okay, so let's see. What am I going to pull out next? Let me pull out some of these cards right here. I've got thunderstorm, power, destruction, trouble, electric display, a warning, out of control, energy shift, conflict, triumph over evil, fierce, booming, conflict, opportunity to overcome. And it is the Scorpio card. We've got fish hooks, powerless, feeling helpless, paralyzed, vulnerable, trapped, temptation, bait, con game, great catch, luck, prosperity, resourcefulness, abundance, multiplication principle. The fish does represent abundance. It does. So maybe we're catching some abundance, guys. Whoever's listening, viewer, subscriber. I miss all my subscribers that used to leave me comments. God bless y'all. I hope you guys are okay. I hope life isn't treating you too bad. I know I've had about 4 years of just horribleness things happen to me. I mean, I keep trying and it just keeps letting me down. So I don't know about you guys, how y'all are doing. I hope things are going good for y'all. Let's see. I think it all started like in 2019. So it's been 20, 21, 22, 23. Yep, 4 years. Empty nest, moving on, no one home, cycle completion, emptiness, final endings, beginnings, the void, vacant, separation, making adjustments, lonely, new life, graduating. If I were to tell you all the stuff I've gone through, you guys would not believe it. It's been really, really bad. But I'm okay. This one is a Scorpio card too. The empty nest, moving on, no one home, cycle completion, emptiness. I know I already showed it to you guys. I like showing the cards. I don't know why. Because when I'm watching tarot, I like to see the cards. Crystal ball, intuition, premonition, seeing clearly, discernment, perception, sixth sense, instinct, divination, future planning, ESP, past, present, future, gut reaction, inner knowing. Maybe you guys are having some of these. You just have this inner knowing. You have this intuition that's getting heightened. And this is a Scorpio card too. Wow. Seeing clearly. You're seeing clearly. You're seeing so many things much more clearly than you have in the past. You have a lot of discernment, perception, you have a sixth sense, all this stuff, ESP. Direction change, options, free will choices, opportunity, alternatives, multiple choice, the moment of truth, crisis, possibilities, turning point, change in circumstances. You don't know which way to go and you're hoping, he's crossing his fingers, hoping he's going to go the right way. That's all we can do in life. We just got to hope and pray that we're doing the right thing. You know, and of course use our discernment. Spilled milk. Regret. Accidents happen. Don't sweat the small stuff. Mistakes. Leave it in the past. It's over. Cannot be changed. Disappointed. Clean up time. Let it go. Minor problems. When the universe, God, gets ready to give you someone that's the right one for you, you will get that person. Meanwhile, when we stick with the people that we've already tried and they've already showed us who they are and how they're going to treat us, and we still continue to be with them, all they're saying is, they must like to get treated this way because they stay with me. Oops. Oh man. Hold on, guys. I'm going to read these that fell anyways. Person of air, the great mentalist. Eloquent, rational, upright, quick-witted, unemotional, controlling, sarcastic, cold, abrupt, critical, and calculated. Could be a teacher, lawyer, surgeon, journalist, or a chef. Might be a person of air you're dealing with, guys. Eclipse, union of opposites. There's going to be some eclipses in October, I think. Conceal, event, mask, upstage, merge, transform, camouflage, hide, overshadow, loss of power, temporary block, support, sudden darkness, and reveal. Scuba diver, going within, observation, 0 point, self-examination, desire to know, self-reflection, like we're doing right now because of the retrograde. We're self-reflecting, disconnecting, deep thoughts, subliminal. Spring, new moon, the maiden, within 1 to 3 months. And this card is a Taurus, Virgo, and Pisces. I think it's Pisces. Gavel, conviction, decisions made, pay attention, offer accepted, legal matters, court order, fair, finished, being judged, bring order, serious situation, important decision. It is an important decision when that gavel hits that, whatever the round thing is at the bottom when it goes back. Okay, crew, in sync, spirit, decor, working together as a unit, team, leadership, co-create, camaraderie. There's the rest. And then ballet shoes. This one was at the top of of the deck earlier, but I didn't get it. Stamina, endurance, talent, repetition, effort required, on your toes, honing a skill, laser focus, poise and grace, tread lightly, balancing act. Maybe this is the way you've been feeling. Some of these words might resonate with things that you're, honing a skill. You're being laser focused. Or it's telling you to do that. Karma and dharma, destiny, inevitable. Rise and fall, consequence, divine will. This one's sticking out. Jack and Diane, broken heart, heartbreak, interference, sorrow, grief, funk, sadness, mourning, distress, let down, gloomy, hopelessness, regret, crisis, unhappy, hurt, bitter, devastated, emotional pain. We can't expect to hurt people and then not to get hurt ourselves, because it bounces right back. When people are mean to us and do bad things to you, it goes back to them. It's like a rubber band. When it goes out, it comes back. It just kind of. Maybe that wasn't a good example, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I hope so anyways. What you put out there comes back to you. If you cause people pain, deliberately, knowing that you're going to cause them pain, you can expect to be in pain before you know it as well. It's just the way it is. We can't sit there and be cold-hearted to people and not care about people's emotions and think that we're going to be okay. If things are not going to hurt us after we go around causing pain to other people. And it was 444 when I was saying that. Dearest you, it says, going the extra mile to achieve your dreams and putting in some overtime. Dearest you, going the extra mile to achieve your dreams and putting in some overtime will reap big rewards. Now is the time for you to act, to stir up some energy and put those plans into action. There are many windows of opportunity that open but close quickly when you don't take the risk, and go for it. Today, be confident that your hard work will pay off and you'll feel that satisfaction and fulfillment of reaching your desired outcome. It might turn out even better than you expected. Isn't that amazing? Remember, however much work, it's retrograde, guys, it's Mercury retrograde. Remember, however much work you're willing to put in, we will match it tenfold on our end. Everyone over here is rooting for you to win the game of life. So just do it. It says loving you so much. I hope I didn't read that too crazy. Too out of sync, guys. Any of the stuff that I read today. This is a pretty card too. Network support. That's nice. And somebody is in headache, poor health, dis-ease, illness, unpleasant, crisis, needing self-care. Maybe it's a time for people who go around having many options and hurting ladies and guys to, if they end up like this and having the wheel of karma, the wheel of karma coming back and doing unpleasant things happening to them. Maybe it's a time for them to reflect, and justice, of course, coming out as the first card, that there's justice coming. For those who have done good things are coming for you. So let me read this, one of these here. It says, taking care of business. It's easy to criticize other people. You can so plainly see. Hold on, guys. Okay, sorry about that. It's easy to criticize other people. You can so plainly see what they do wrong and how they need to improve their lives. So you might as well point it out to them, right? After all, it's your responsibility, isn't it? Yeah, not so much. Jesus said not to be critical of little things in someone else's life while willingly ignoring the big issues in your own life. Take care of your own business before you start criticizing someone else. If you look at yourself and others honestly, you may find that your actions are worse than theirs. Once you correct yourself, you will be able to more clearly see how others need help and be able to offer it in love. First, get rid of the log in your own eye. Then you will see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye. Matthew 7:5. It says, Dear Father, I look at my own life through rose-colored glasses that allow me to justify my own actions, even if unfairly. Father, help me to be honest with myself, reveal my planks in my own eyes. Help me to deal with those before I dare to criticize anyone else. In Jesus' name, amen. And this one over here says, what do you want? What do you want from God? His stuff, such as blessings and prayers answered in heaven someday? or do you want Him, His presence in your life? Keep your eyes on what is important. Keep your eyes on the goal of knowing and serving Jesus. Ask Him to help your faith to grow stronger. Spend time with Him. Make Him the care of your everyday life, and do not worry about anything else. Do not worry about anything. Yes, that's easy. Yes, that's easy to say, but not so easy to do. That's okay. Life with God is a journey. Take it one step at a time. Seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. It says, but as for me, it is good to be near God. I have made the sovereign Lord my refuge. I will tell of all your deeds. Psalm 73:28. Okay, so what was I going to say about this? I had something to say when I was reading it. Even just talking to God helps, and asking Him to help you with your faith does work. I remember at one time, it was 2014, when I was at a very difficult time in my life, and hold on. And I began reading the Bible a lot more than I had before, ever before. And I would think to myself, what good is it going to do? And so I started asking for faith. And believe it or not, guys, it worked. It really does work. Everyday life becomes a little bit easier when you ask for faith. It's hard to have faith when bad things are happening. But anyways, it does work. Faith, asking God for faith works. It really does. You won't experience it unless you ask Him. It's the most. I don't know how many of my subscribers or viewers believe in God, but whatever God you believe in, asking for faith works, guys, and it helps us get closer to God because He just shows you in little ways. By first of all, He gives you peace. When you start asking for faith, you start getting this peace, and you don't know where it's coming from, and you don't know what's happening, but that's what it is. He's feeding you and giving you faith, and as He's giving you faith, you start getting peace and understanding in different ways. It's so magical, kind of, sort of. It's just an amazing feeling. But anyways, I've let this reading go on too far. But just know that I care for you guys very, very much, and I hope that things are going good for you guys, and I hope that God helps you in anything that you're going through, helps you get stronger, helps you get more love in your life, even if you just give it to yourself, even if you just ask for God to love you. I know I have always said to myself, thank you, Jesus, for loving me, because He does, and He loves you guys too. Anybody who's listening, He loves you. And the more you say it, the more you say, thank you, Jesus, for loving me, at least it works for me. You feel so loved. And then when things go right, you know it's God in your life. Okay, guys, I stopped at 5515. But, you know it's God. You know it's God showing you that He's there with you. So, I'm sorry I get like this, but thank y'all for listening. And I really hope things work out the way you want them to and the way God has planned for you. Because He does have a good plan for your life. So for whoever's still listening to my silly self, take care. God bless y'all. And I hope things, start looking up for y'all. And I'm not crying because I'm sad. I just know that God has a good plan for us. For whoever's listening, you're listening for a reason, because I believe some of my readings are just so boring. So, um, maybe they're not. Maybe I just think that way because I get insecure just as we all do. But I should have cut the reading off when I was going to before I got this way, but everything happens for a reason. So maybe somebody had to hear it. But I promise you, no matter what you're going through, no matter what has happened, even if you've been the bad guy or the good guy, it doesn't matter. God is with you and He loves you. And if you have been bad to somebody, you have done wrong things to somebody, and you want to start doing better, not a lot of people do. A lot of people want to stay the way they are. A lot of people don't want to change. Oh well, whatever comes their way is what comes their way, good or bad. They don't want to change and, treat women with respect or treat men with respect, whichever way whoever's listening, young man or male or woman. So, but just know that I put this stuff about God because there may be somebody out there, just maybe, that wants to hear about Him and maybe doesn't want to go to church. I'm the kind of person, I don't go to church because I don't like people looking at me. At least I feel they're looking at me that way, as if, oh, you're coming in here to get one of our men. Surely you're coming in here because you're single. And no, I don't want none of your men. And if you would be doing right by your man, you wouldn't have that fear that some strange woman is going to take your man. For whatever reason, you have that crazy idea. They'll turn around and look at you like, instead of smiling and showing the love of God in their face, they turn around and look at you as if, oh no, here comes one of those worldly women coming into the church, our church, to take our man. No, I don't need to take your man. God, when He gets ready, will give me a man that He wants me to have. I don't need to go to church to get a man. I have plenty of interaction with my God in my everyday life. I don't need to go to church and be there to get looked at in a way that makes me feel uncomfortable, as if I'm there to get something from anybody from there, because God gives me everything that I need when I need it. He doesn't give me everything, but He gives me what I need. I'm okay. So I don't need to go to church. I go to church to serve God, to look at God, to pray to God, to thank God for everything that I have. But so if any of you guys go through that and don't go to church, for whatever reason you don't go to church, then this little bit of stuff that I say about God, hopefully it's beneficial to you. And there's lots of other stuff that come out on YouTube and, in the TV about God. So, but I like bringing it into my readings because I love my God and my Jesus loves me and he loves y'all too. So, yeah, my Jesus loves me and he loves y'all too. And he's never going to let me down. And if you put your trust in him, he'll never let you down. He'll never let you down. We're not going to always be happy, but that's not what life is about. Life is life, and sometimes it's going to be hard. So for whoever's still listening, take care. God is opening doors for you daily. I hope you health, happiness, and abundance. And I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm looking at this card and it says nourishment. Nourish yourself. Even if you're just by yourself, nourish yourself. Look at that moon. Putting all that moon dust, that magical moon dust all around to everybody. Nourish yourself. Nourish yourself with good words, listening to good stuff that make you feel good. The supermoon attraction. Maybe somebody's going to be attracted to you someday. If you're alone, just wait on it. The universe is watching and looking out for y'all, for us. So, take care. Peace, love, and light, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the reading. I know it was long. It was terribly long. I don't have anybody listening anymore, but that's okay. I love doing my readings, and I apologize if I don't do them as often as I should. Today I made myself. I forced myself. I triple forced myself. I sat myself down and I said, no matter if you've tried it 3 times and it didn't work out, I'm going to do it. So hopefully tomorrow I'll do the same, or maybe I'll do one later on tonight. That won't be so long. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all so much. Sorry I cried. Take care. God bless y'all. And may God send y'all protection anywhere you go, to your children, your family members, to everybody, to my family members. May God bless them and take care of them wherever they're at. Y'all take care. I'll see you hopefully on my next reading. If you like it, click the thumbs up button for me, please, so that other people will be able to see my readings. And subscribe if you'd like. I'd love to have you as part of my channel. And thank you for everything. Talk to y'all later. See y'all later. Bye-bye.